$17.5 billion, 10 new nuclear reactors, one government announcement, and depending on where you read it, it's either America's clean energy comeback or a taxpayer-funded gift to Silicon Valley. The dollar figure doesn't change, the headline does. This is Media Lens. Here's what happened. On Tuesday, the Trump administration's Energy Department announced up to $17.5 billion in conditional loans to help build 10 new large nuclear reactors. Officials described it as up to 5 loans, each supporting 2 reactors, money meant to speed up the construction of plants that normally take years, sometimes decades, to bring online. That's the shared core almost every outlet agrees on. But watch what each one chooses to put in the very first sentence. The Associated Press wire, as carried by ABC, opened by tying the reactors directly to demand, specifically the skyrocketing power demand from massive data centers. In that framing, the headline number isn't really about households or the grid. It's about the enormous electricity appetite of the AI industry and the government stepping in to feed it. The Hill, writing from its energy and environment desk, led with the mechanics, the loan structure, the number of plants, the conditional terms. Its story reads less like a verdict and more like a briefing. What the program is, how it's built, and what has to happen before a single dollar moves. Same announcement, one version frames it as a subsidy for big tech's power hunger. The other frames it as a straightforward energy finance story. Neither is wrong, but the first sentence you read decides whether you picture a data center or a power plant. And there's a third frame neither headline says out loud. To supporters, nuclear is the rare clean energy source that runs around the clock, and government loans are how expensive, long-horizon infrastructure ever gets built. To critics, billions in public loans flowing toward plants that may largely power private data centers looks like the public taking the risk while the profits stay private. Both of those arguments can be built from the very same press release. That's the point. What this tells you is that emphasis is editorial. No one here is lying. The reactors are real, the loans are real, the data center demand is real, but choosing which true fact leads, the technology, the money, or the customer, quietly tells you how to feel before you finish the sentence. So when a big number lands in your feed, ask a simple question. What did the writer decide to mention first? And what did they leave for paragraph 9? AI Command App, AICommandApp.com. That's today's Media Lens. Subscribe and hit the bell.